चाओ चाओ दोस्तों, कैसे हो आप लोग? गुड इवनिंग, बोनसेरा, गुड मॉर्निंग, बुongiorno। अगर आप वीडियो देख रहे हो तो वेलकम टू दिस वीडियो। वीडियो शुरू करने के पहले आई एम जस्ट गोना टच अपॉन द थीम्स दैट आई एम गोना कवर इन दिस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो, starting with Roma's defeat over the weekend against Como. And of course, there's also a rumor that Paulo Dybala might leave Roma for Galatasaray. And then lastly, there is a midweek game in the Italian Cup, Coppa Italia, between Roma and Sampdoria. Before starting the video, I know as football fans, हम लोग हमारे फुटबॉल टीम का रिजल्ट्स को काफी सीरियसली लेते हैं। जब हमारी फुटबॉल टीम खराब खेलती है तो हमारे रियल लाइफ में वो काफी इफेक्ट करता है, जाने में अनजाने में। डेफिनेटली देयर इज सम इम्पैक्ट ऑफ योर फुटबॉल क्लब्स रिजल्ट्स ऑन योर मेंटल हेल्थ एंड डेली लाइफ। भाई, मैं 20 साल से ऊपर रोमा फैन रह चुका हूं और बहुत सारे रोलर कोस्टर राइड्स मैंने देखे हैं, बट दिस पर्टिकुलर सीजन हैज बीन समथिंग एल्स। एंड कोइंसिडेंटली दिस इज द फर्स्ट सीजन वेयर आई एम rolling out content for all of you. And Roma are going through one of the worst seasons ever in the history of the football club in Serie A. So it is tough for me as well. Obviously, as a Roma fan, I try to, uh, make memes, make reels, laugh it off, humor it off. But honestly, man, I mean, it's been quite tough to see, my football club suffering. But yeah, that's what the life of a football fan is, because I'm sure that काफी सारे अगर आप मैं बोलूँ तो Man City fans right now are going through a negative phase. Barca fans went through that. Italian Serie A fans to hey गिन चुन के कम, and we've always, I think, had our fair share of downs more than ups. So it is tough, and अगर आप football fan है तो you totally understand what I'm trying to say, and I'm sure that you resonate with that feeling too. अगर आप non football fan हो तो football fan बन जाओ, subscribe करो मेरे channel को. I'm one of the few content creators based out of India who creates content around Italian football, especially Roma. So let's start the video, and let's start with the defeat against Como. मैंने बहुत सारे memes and reels बनाए, particularly with Como FC getting relegated, and Pavna Lake is clear, Dal Lake is clear, then Lake Como. Como FC is basically a PR factory for Hollywood celebrities who are seeking a football experience in a picturesque location, masquerading as a football club. ऐसे मैंने काफी कुछ बोले, but I'm going to be there for Como's relegation, because जो मैं भविष्यवाणी करता हूँ बहुत सोच समझ के करता हूँ। तो एक ना एक दिन आएगा जब कोमो रेलीगेट हो जाएगा, और उस दिन मैं सूट पहन के एक रील बनाऊंगा, टेंशन मत लो, वो दिन बहुत दूर नहीं है। लेकिन एक चीज के बारे में मैं डेफिनेटली आई वुड वांट टू अपलॉड इज द प्लेयर Gabriel Loni, who scored the goal for Como, the opening goal for Como. He has been with them for a while. He's scored in Serie D, Serie C, Serie B, and now Serie A. So all 4 divisions of Italian football with Como. So, kudos to him for sure. Obviously, he's doing his job and doing it well. And football mein aise sare stories are very heartwarming to see. And of course, Nico Paz, who had a good game, the ex-Real Madrid youngster from Argentina, he had quite a decent game. And on the night, Como deserved to win all the 3 points. I mean, there's no two ways about it. If I, just remove my Roma lenses and just look at the game objectively. But for a club like Roma, even if you're not playing well, the objective is to hold on to the point that you have got. And Roma conceded 2 late goals, in the 90th minute stoppage time. And Miles Wheeler, our goalkeeper, was quite pissed. He, in fact, stormed off, and Hummels had to contain him as per rumors, before a fight broke out or whatever. So I can understand where Wheeler comes from, because he's been tested so much in this very tough season, because the goalkeeper generally takes the brunt of shots, and, a poor performance from any goalkeeper, तो सारा क्वेश्चन मार्क, सारा जो स्पॉटलाइट है वो कीपर पे आता है. And Wheeler has been saving Roma quite in quite a number of games, man. I mean, it's so tough as a part of the fellow goalkeeper union. I know how difficult it is. and Svilar has been doing his job and fairly well. And I can totally understand why he's so pissed off and angry at the Roma defense, really conceding goals that would have been avoidable, and वो भी इतना late. Just थोड़ा सा focus, थोड़ा सा concentration अगर रखते थे तो एक valuable point आता था. I would have taken the point, because things got so dramatic at the end. And of course, with that, Roma are still lingering in the bottom half of the table. Relegation ka threat hai. It is what it is. And there are talks that the likes of Lorenzo Pellegrini, Gianluca Mancini, and of course Paulo Dybala might depart from the club in January. So इसी मुद्दे पे मैं आता हूँ अभी. The news has just broken out, and it's good. I didn't want to release this video immediately because I just wanted to sit on this result, marinate a bit in whatever has been happening, and then give a reaction. Because अगर मैं तुरंत reaction देता था तो it wouldn't have been objective. It would have been very very, I would have been angry, and ये जो सारे memes और reels में बनाता हूँ वो थोड़ा और elevated होता था. So I can understand why the ownership is not happy with these senior players, because they need to take more responsibility. And अब हम एक cycle में फंस गए, a cycle of rut, a cycle of rust, जहाँ पे कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. So you need to move forward, and generally that means you basically enter into a new cycle by getting rid of the past. Lorenzo Pellegrini captain है रोमा का, बहुत responsibility है उसके shoulder में. It is a tough job to be a Roma captain, especially if you're a local boy. You saw what he did to Alessandro Florenzi. Basically, he had a spat with the fans, and effectively he otherwise wouldn't have left his hometown club. And looks like Lorenzo Pellegrini could be on the same path. Paulo Dybala की बात करें, apparently his agent had lunch with some Galatasaray officials, maybe the vice president, and it looks like they're going to give him a huge contract. So अगर आपको याद है, over the summer Dybala was subject to a bid from a Saudi Arabian club, and he ended up staying back in Rome, much to a lot of fanfare and plaudits from fans across the world, not Roma fans exclusively, but काफी सारे football fans बोल रहे थे कि it's a great gesture that he stayed at Roma. I just sounded like Crazy Jones, but point is that the way that things are panning out right now, the whole Dybala situation was mismanaged, because I don't think so De Rossi wanted to let him go. It looks like the club wanted to let him go, but the club wasn't receiving a significant transfer fee, and Dybala also changed his mind. अब ये जो बात है मैं सिर्फ speculate कर रहा हूँ, कुछ साल के बाद पता चलेगा कि real situation क्या था. But nevertheless, I think that just disrupted season preparations for a bit, and of course De Rossi got sacked later on. So Dybala after that hasn't really sparkled on the pitch, to be very honest. Once again, love the guy, have a jersey right behind him, made a t-shirt of Paulo Dybala, but to be fair, he hasn't been at his best form, at his best powers this season. So is it time for him to move on from Roma? If I had to answer that at this point of time, I would probably lean towards a yes, because Roma will get a fee from Galatasaray, and I think Dybala will still stay in Europe and not go to Saudi. Could be a win-win for all parties, having considered all of the above factors. It would be sad to lose someone like La Joya, and of course had we won the Europa League, जो Sevilla against her, things would have been a different story. He could have left with so much more, मतलब एक सेंस ऑफ बोलते ना कि हाँ शांति मिल गई, एक तो ट्रॉफी जीता. अब वो सेंस है कि व्हाट इफ, वो वाला सेंस है, if he leaves in January, that is. But from what it seems like, I think this move could really happen. It could take form of reality that Paulo Dybala might leave us in January. So मेरे हिसाब से तो ठीक ही मूव है. आपको क्या लगता है? Leave a comment below. Closing things off for this particular video is the impending game against Sampdoria. Sampdoria are in Serie B and they were struggling. They've sacked their coach and they've got a new manager. Sampdoria have not been, apart from that one nightmarish game in 2010 where Sampdoria cost Roma the Scudetto, they've been pretty okay to get over, but of course when it mattered the most, Sampdoria gave us that huge blow. So I don't personally like to face Sampdoria because of all the memories that are involved in the past. But having said that, there are no excuses for Roma not to beat Sampdoria and move on to the next round. Because अगर आप देखें तो सेरिया में तो भाई हम टॉप हाफ में आने के लिए पता नहीं क्या होने वाला है, मेरिकल चाहिए या डिवाइन इंटरवेंशन चाहिए. तो कोपा इटालिया में खैर एक चांस तो है, क्योंकि आप देखते हो कि सेरिया टीम्स, स्पेशली द वंस हु प्लेइंग इन यूरोप, rotated teams a bit. So ideally, I would want Claudio Ranieri to at least win one trophy with Roma. And I don't mind if it's the Coppa Italia. I mean, I would love it if it's the Europa League, but the competition there is insane. Realistically, agar aap dekhoge, Roma have been generally a good cup team. And if they can, bring that cup run into the Italian Cup, nothing like it, man. I mean, always good to win some silverware. And that would kind of just थोड़ा सा मरहम लगाएगा over what has been a very, 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 very disappointing and terrible nightmarish season for us Roma fans. The Coppa Italia game will be streamed on GXR World, the same guys who bring you Serie A, La Liga and League A. And with that, we have reached the end of the video. अगर आप यहाँ तक आए हो तो love you video लोग, really love you all for all the support and all the comments. And मजाक मस्ती चलते रहता है, banter चलते रहता है. And this is a negative phase for me specifically, with regards to how Roma have been playing. But content आता रहेगा, उसकी चिंता नहीं कीजिए आप. Content तो आता रहेगा, काफी कुछ है pipeline में. Also, I'm going to be starting memberships very soon on this channel. So उसके बारे में मैं announcement करूंगा. But at this point of time, the memberships would just be to kind of extend your support. So that I can keep producing more videos. I can, make the turnaround time very quick, can roll out more videos, can churn out more videos. So memberships will launch hoga. Watch this space. I'll be giving updates as soon as possible. And with that, I hope to see you guys in another video sometime soon. Like, share and subscribe. Share it with your friends and leave a comment below. Let's start a dialogue. I reply to almost all of your comments. And once again, grazie per tutti to all of you. Love you, Budulok, and Forza Roma. Sempre. Ciao, ciao.